All right, welcome back. Quick recap of what we talked about in 7.1, which was the chapter on differential equations and slope fields. So the first thing we talked about was given a differential equation, dy dx equals some function of x, and given a point, or possibly given a point, AB. How could we find a general solution? Well, the general solution is that y is equal to the antiderivative of that function plus a constant. And of course, the particular, this was called the general solution. The particular solution said that b is equal to f of a plus c, which means that my constant is equal to the y value minus the value of the antiderivative at a, and then I could write the equation y equals, and I would actually have a value in for the constant. So that was the first thing we did. Second thing we did is we started looking at slope fields, and a slope field was just a graph where the slope of the function was plotted at each point. And what we then were able to do is we were able to say, well, we can look at the general equations to be any graph that goes sort of follows that slope pattern. And the particular equation would be that the graph that goes through a specific point and follows that pattern. So the three things that we did regarding these is, first off, we were given dy dx equals some function of x or y, or x and y, and we could draw a slope field. The second thing that we did was we said, well, let's draw the graph of y equals f of x given a slope field and an initial condition, or and a point. And remember, given a slope field could also mean that you drew it in the previous problem, and then since you had a point, you were able to sketch in the actual function. And finally, analyzing the differential in order to match graphs and slope fields. And the things that we talked about for analyzing differentials, we said, well, what about when the slope is 0? What about when the slope is 1 or -1? What happens when x is 0? What happens when y is 0? And we basically do this enough that we have a feel for what the slope field looks like, and then we say, aha, there must be this equation goes with this graph. All right, so that was 7.1, differential equations and slope fields. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.